Hi, my name is Paul Lasacco, and I work for Partners Pharmacy. I was part of the team that developed the PartnersConnect mobile app, which we would like to show to you today. The app is available for iOS devices in the Apple Store and for Android devices on Google Play. So I'm going to go ahead and do a demonstration of the app now. After you download the app, you sign in with your PartnersConnect credentials. So if you're a PartnersConnect user already, you're all set. If not, contact your facility administrator and they can work with Partners Pharmacy to get you set up with a PartnersConnect web access. So once you log into the app, you'll see the main functions that we present to you. We have an order section where you can look up patient orders and request refills. We have a price quote section, which is very useful for patient administration and admission. So you can determine drug price. We have the Outliers function. An outlier is a medication order that exceeds a certain threshold, usually price-based, but it can also be outside of a specific formulary that you want. And you will be notified when those meds come in. And then a Faxes section where you can look at and even send faxes to the pharmacy. So let's take a look at each one of those sections. First of all, at the top, there's a notices section where you can click and just look at notices that may have been sent out by the pharmacy. So for example, we have a welcome notice here that talks about the different functionality of the application. Going back to the home screen, let's take a look at orders. So here are all the patients that are in this particular test facility that we're looking at. And I'm going to pick my friend here, Bugs Bunny. And you can see the orders that are available for Bugs. Now this shows the entire profile for this patient, all active orders that are on their profile right now. If an order is available for refill, you'll see the refill available message printed right next to the order. If you do click that order, you'll have a nice green refill button that you can hit and actually send a refill request to the pharmacy. If you look at an order that has been recently sent in, like this particular order for albuterol, you'll see that it's not currently reorderable, but it does tell you where it is in the pharmacy workflow. So you can see that the order has been verified and is waiting to be filled. Another great way to look up orders is by barcode. So if you press the barcode icon in the top right, it will actually open up your phone's camera. And once that happens, you can point it at a medication label. And once it detects the med label, it will automatically do a lookup of that particular order, and it'll call it up in the app. So here, this is an order that is available for refill, so you'd be able to do the refill right here on the screen. When you're in here, if you have a lot of patients, you can just search for the particular patient just by typing in a little bit of their name, and that will find them as well. Going back to the home screen, we'll take a look at price quotes. I'm going to create a new quote for a new potential admission. We'll call her Jane Smith. And here's where you add the medication to the quote. So I'm going to go ahead and pick a medication. In fact, let me type in a brand name. And you'll see when it does the search for Zocor, it brings up the brand Zocor, but it also brings up the generic simvastatin as well. So we'll go ahead and pick one of the generics. We'll say that they're going to take one per day for a 30-day supply that I want to price out. I'm going to choose the product here and hit Add to Quote. Now this does a real-time query to the pharmacy dispensing system, determines the pricing for your facility, and presents the medication with the price here. It shows you the full price, and then it also shows you the average per day. Let's go ahead and type one more in here. We'll pick the donepezil. Let me do this 10 milligram. And again, 1 per day for 30 days. Now you have the quote. The quotes are automatically saved, so if we were to exit the system at this point in time, the quote would be there. And you can always go to the PartnersConnect website, and you will see the same quotes on the website that you see on the mobile app. So you'll be able to pull the quote up and print it from there. If it turns out you made a mistake and you want to remove a med from the quote, it's very easy. You just swipe left and you can delete it. So that's price quotes. The third function is the outlier function. So again, the outliers are orders that have been requested from the pharmacy where they exceed a certain threshold of price to the facility, or they are on a list of meds that you've requested to have authorization required. This will stop the order at the pharmacy and it will send you an email notification. It will also notify you in the mobile app. And they would appear in the new section. So right now there are no new items, but if we take a look at some of the ones that we've, let's say, deferred, here's an order that we had previously answered as deferred, and if we open the order up, we can see why, because of the price, but if we wanted to now deny it, we can click in the notes and say, do not send, or any other message that we want to the pharmacy, and then just hit the deny button. And now it's no longer a deferred outlier. And that will send a message to the pharmacy to let them know what you would like them to do with that particular order. Then the last section of functionality is the faxes section. So when we go in here, you can actually see the faxes that have been sent to the pharmacy from your nursing facility. I'll open up this first one here. And this was actually sent from the mobile app. So you can see the picture of the order. You can use normal finger motions like you do on most applications to be able to zoom in and take a look at the detail if you need to. And if we want, we can also send a fax. So I'm going to go ahead and click Send Fax here. I'm going to click Take Photo. And again, this will call up the camera, so you can just point the camera at the item that you want to fax. You can move it around to make sure it's the picture that you want to send, and then you go ahead and hit Use Photo and Send Fax. And that fax is now in the pharmacy, in their input queue, waiting to be looked at. And once they do associate that fax with your facility, it will appear here right in the same list of faxes. So that's the main functionality of the app. A couple of other extra functions at the bottom. One is Call the Pharmacy. So we automatically put. So just by one touch, you can call the pharmacy that is associated and servicing your facility. And then if you do work in multiple facilities or you're a corporate user, then you can click Change Facility, and you'll actually see a list of facilities that you have access to. Again, this matches the same list of facilities that you have access to on PartnersConnect website. And that is the functionality of the mobile app. It follows all HIPAA security rules and regulations, so there's no data that's left on the phone. There's no images that are left on the phone. And once